You. Humanity's best weapon. Master Chief, huh?
The Master Chief was enhanced and trained for one purpose: to win this war. He and the other Spartans are our only effective weapons against the Covenant. He is lethal, upgradable, and most importantly, controllable.
Covenant forces appear to be excavating some kind of object. When I touched the object, I felt something. I felt different.
What they did to us makes you numb.
And you just decided to help me. Why would a Spartan do that?
What does one do with a superhuman you're not sure you can trust?
Hello, Master Chief. I'm Cortana.
Master Chief recovered something.
Sacred ring. Halo.
Humans. Surrender to the Covenant.
Cortana, I'm gonna need you now. Find the Halo. Win the war.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Work Time Fun Podcast. I'm your coworker Elle, and let's get started. Alrighty folks, we started out there with the trailer for the TV show or TV series Halo, which is on Paramount Plus network. Now I suspect that a lot of people who are tuning into this show are familiar with the video game series with the same name, and may find that this is something a little bit different than maybe what they expected. Definitely feels that way. I myself have not played the video games that much. I mean, I've played a little bit here and there, but I'm not into the whole Halo lore story, and not that much. I just know the main character, John 117, who's like the main protagonist of the video game series, and also seems to be the main protagonist of this TV show as well. The intro scene takes us to a sandy desert planet, looks like, not to be confused with Tatooine from Star Wars. And also we know the planet's name, which is Madrigal, also not to be confused with the magical family from Encanto. Yeah, so a lot of interesting references there. I'm sure there's no relation to those other shows or movies, or are there? So then we see the colonists of this planet. I don't know, it seems kind of weird to me. It's got that. Have you guys ever seen Firefly, Farscape, any of those old sci-fi TV shows back from the 90s or 2000s? Honestly, this kind of gives me that vibe. Of course, with updated graphics, but yeah, it just seemed a little bit unreal. Like, it doesn't feel like it's cinematic. It just felt like TV show world. And I don't know if it was just the lighting, the actors, the acting, the costumes, just something just felt like it didn't seem natural to me. Maybe I'm drawing comparisons to some other popular, sci-fi shows that we have now, is like The Mandalorian. When you watch that, you see it and it's like, man, okay, it really takes you into that world. You see everything, and maybe because it's a little bit darker and it kind of just all blends in. And in the Halo cinematography, I'm feeling like maybe it's the CGI. That's gotta be it. It didn't mix well. Let's just say that. Anyways, enough griping about that. Before we move on, I do need to warn you all, this is going to be spoiler talk. I will talk about things that happen throughout the show, not in order. So if you haven't watched the show yet, stop here, watch it, and come back. Alright, this is your warning. Spoiler talk now. We're soon introduced to a whole bunch of characters, and really, honestly, it doesn't matter. They all die anyways. Well, except for the general's daughter, Yerin Ha. Apparently she becomes like another main side character to John 117 later on. And it's funny, she's totally got plot armor. I mean, there's so many times that she should have died. Or, yeah, and then she must have some super abilities too, because that jump she made from like the really high like sand dune, man, if I made that jump I would have broken my legs or something. Definitely wouldn't be keep on running to the colony that she was in. And even before then, man, all of her friends just got blasted away by all those alien creatures, the Covenants, and man, this was pretty gory. I remember playing the video game and it didn't look as gory as this show made it. You have like bodies exploding, guts. Oh, maybe not guts, but yeah, you definitely have body parts exploding here. And what was really tragic was, yeah, a scene where there's a whole bunch of like kids or young kids that were hiding in this kind of vault protected area, and the alien covenant like discovers them and blasts them all away. So you got children who are just massacred there, along with all the adults and everyone else fighting. Just imagine if you would have seen Anakin Skywalker when Order 66 is implemented and he walks up on all those young Padawan learners in the Jedi Temple. Just imagine if we actually saw a scene like that where he slaughters all of them. Man, that's what you get here in Halo. Jeez Louise. However, I do have to admit that the Halo drop, or all the Spartans when they drop from their dropship, man, that was pretty cool. And their costumes, man, they didn't skimp the budget on that, or at least not the CGI or practical effects of those Spartan suits. Pretty badass. Alright, so we get into some action here with all the Spartans, and we're following the perspective of John 117. Let's just call him Master Chief from now on. I mean, that's how he's usually referenced or called, named, whatever. And you know, it's cool. I mean, I see Master Chief's movesets that resemble the video game movesets of his like fighting style, you could say. Although, when they go into the first-person view for Master Chief, man, I just don't agree with that. It doesn't really mesh well. It reminds me of what's that? The Doom movie with The Rock, when they would do that first-person kind of shooter-style camera view. I was like, nah, it doesn't work. It just looks cheesy. Also, the shield effect that they have for when Master Chief gets shot at and his shield is protecting him, but then you hear this little audible cue that his shields are probably like failing or powering down, and then you have this other audible cue that they're powering back up. I mean, I recognize that because I played the video game, but to other people it'll be like, what's that weird sound? Like, yeah, I tried to mimic the sound there. It's like, okay, yeah, I mean, you kind of get it, I think. So that actually makes me curious. For those out there that aren't familiar with the video game, I mean, are they going to be drawn to this show, and are they going to understand like what's happening when there's really no explanation? I don't know. This is just the first episode, so maybe as you know, a normal viewer progresses, it'll catch on. And you know, another nitpick issue that I have is some actors here. I mean, you got a mix of really good actors here that portray their parts and say their lines really well, and then you have some other like side actors who are just like, man, can you make them not do anything? Just let them be in the background and not focus the camera on them, because it's just really obvious that these guys need some work. I mean, they need to work on their acting, let's say. The one in particular that I had in mind was the scientist guy that was the aide to, I guess, Dr. Halsey. When Master Chief said that, well, yeah, I have these memories of what I think is a family, that scientist guy, he suddenly turns and looks shocked into the camera. That was just hilarious to me. And another interesting take for me was the dialogue choice for Miranda Keyes, the scientist's daughter, and the of the high-ranking officer. I'm not sure what his rank is. And so the mother is Dr. Halsey, who's the one that was in charge of the Spartan program, or at least developing it. And yeah, the daughter refers to her as mom sometimes, or when she's upset with her, and then refers to her as Dr. Halsey. And same with the dad, instead of calling her his wife, or I don't know, just baby mama, whatever she was. I don't know what the details are in that relationship, but I guess it's strained, so that's why the daughter calls her Dr. Halsey sometimes, and not mom all the time. Oh, and the big controversial take here is that Master Chief takes off his helmet and reveals his face. And if you're familiar with the video games, that like never happens. At least as far as I'm aware. Even I know that, and I don't really play the video games. I guess this show is really trying to distance itself from the video games, to make it its own unique identity as a TV show. And it may come as a shocker to fans of the video game series. It kind of leaves us all questioning, who or what is this TV show made for? If it's not, honoring stuff that's close to the video game, then who's gonna watch it? Apparently that's me, since I did watch it, and that's why I am talking about it now, so I can let you all know what to expect. I can say as a casual Halo fan that this show intrigued me. Some things bothered me, but not that much, because I don't really care too much about the lore or anything specific to the Halo video game series and show, whatever. As a sci-fi fan, this has me intrigued, but it's more like, man, this is something that probably should have came out in the 2000s era of sci-fi, or even maybe 10 years ago, like in 2010s. As how it is now, I don't think it really holds that much weight or gravitas compared to what we have available now. Just unfortunately it doesn't. But who knows? This is only the first episode. I do feel like I want to watch more, so maybe I will change my mind later, and maybe I'll appreciate it more. Who knows? We'll see. We'll keep watching it. Definitely let you all know. Well, that's it for me, for now at least. And tune in next time. We'll be going over the DMZ, which is on HBO Max. I got a chance to watch it all, so I'm ready to spill the beans on all that and how I thought about it. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this podcast. I hope you enjoyed listening to me. Until next time, have a fantastic day.